Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So in southern Spain, certain parts of Spain, Alicante, Benidorm, stuff like that, and some parts of Murcia, Mazaron, those areas have all got severe weather warnings. It hasn't affected trade today, although I am expecting it to affect trade tomorrow. It's been a little quieter than usual because obviously people are not going to come out when it's lashing down with dangerous rain. And I have seen some videos. I mean, they say the rain falls mainly on the plain in Spain, but this certainly is not just falling on the plain, I can tell you. It is absolutely horrific. I've set up an extra pump in my garage at the moment to pump out any excess water that could come in. Not in the actual garage itself, but in the sump. It's got a pump that runs all the time and it basically gets rid of any water. But if it's put under severe pressure, especially if we have a power cut, sorry, I'm hoping this isn't wobbling about too much. I'm on the hands-free thingy-jig. Especially if we have a power cut, we have to now have we've got a backup generator that comes in. It's basically a battery that will run the pump for about 36 hours. So fingers crossed, we'll never have the problem with flooding or any sort of water in the garage ever again. But as I say, it's looking pretty dark where I am at the moment. I'm just popping out to get a takeaway. It's Friday night. Sophie's been working all week and we don't have takeaways hardly ever. I guess we have a takeaway probably once every 3 months, maybe 4 months, something like that. Obviously Sophie's vegan, so it's a little bit difficult for me to eat the same thing as her, but there's an Indian that we go to. It's about a 25-minute drive, unfortunately, from our house, but it caters for her needs and caters for mine as well. So we both enjoy the food in there, and that's where we are heading, or where I am heading, should I say. So I'm just waiting for the order to pop in on the phone, and I'm just going to take a little drive up there. So I'm hoping everyone's okay. I put the video up earlier today of what you could do, like to make debt work for you. Most of the comments have been pretty positive. There's been a couple of negative comments on there. I'm hoping this camera holds, this little holder holds the camera, because we are in quite a bumpy road and it is jiggling around a little bit from what I can see. I took a little bit of criticism as well, you know, some people saying, well, don't just do that. Well, obviously not. I mean, obviously don't just go and get £100,000 loan on your house and go out and put it on stuff that you're not researched on. That goes without saying, doesn't it? I'm sure I don't need to repeat that to most people, but I've come under a few criticism comments, not that that really comes into it at all. And one person said to me, look, you know, you've got to take positive criticism. Well, it's not criticism. I'm putting a video out that, you know, I invested quite heavily some years ago in crypto, a little bit of gold, and, you know, a few other stocks and shares. And at one stage, I was 78% down on my investment. 78%. And I had a lot of money in there, and I mean a lot of money. And I didn't falter, I didn't sell it, I didn't, what a lot of people do, as soon as they start losing money, they go, oh my God, I'm £3 down, I'm going to sell it all, take the loss. No, just hold on to it. You never, with crypto and with gold and with any other type of stocks and shares, you never actually win or lose on your money until you sell the asset. So for argument's sake, on a Bitcoin, until you sell your Bitcoin, you don't make any money and you certainly don't lose any money. So basically with my, they call it HODL trading. Now HODL stands for hold on for dear life. So basically you invest your money and you sit back and you wait. Now, a lot of people, as soon as they start seeing it going into negative, they you know, the backside goes, and don't get me wrong, it can be very stressful and it's certainly not for everyone, but they then sell and then they take a huge loss on their investment. Now, that's the wrong way to do it. Basically, I have an investment. When I buy a particular coin or an investment of anything, I buy it at, let's say it's $1, and your exit price is $3. Now, what goes on in the middle doesn't really come into it, does it? It can drop down to 30 cents. Doesn't matter, because I've bought in at $1. Yeah, it would have been better if I'd bought in at 30 cents. But then if it's gone up to $2, you would have wished you'd have bought in at $1. So all of this is noise in the middle. If you know exactly where you're going in and coming out, doesn't matter what goes on in the middle. That's all just white noise, isn't it? It's just up and down, up and down, up and down. Have your plan and pretty much stick to it. I've invested into cryptocurrencies. Sorry, I've just gone over a speed bump. I've invested into cryptocurrencies, like I say, some of them are 80% down, but I know they'll come good. The ones that I'm not 100% sure on, I don't invest too much money in. It's more of a punt, you know, a couple of $100, see what happens with it, you know, and then if I can cash out at $500 or $600, then I've had a result. If it drops down by 60-70%, I've only lost $140, if that makes sense. Excuse me. The top coins of crypto, the top 10, it's very easy to research who they are. Bitcoin's obviously number 1, Ethereum's number 2, XRP's number 3. So they're pretty safe to invest into, in my personal opinion. Like I've said before, I can't give financial advice because I'm not able to do so. I'm not qualified and I can't give anyone financial advice. When I put a video out, just for the people that want to be a bit naysaying on the comments, I put a video out and what I recommend people do, but I'm certainly not saying to anyone go out and mortgage your house and go and stick it all on, you know, red or black down the casino, because that's stupid, isn't it? What I'm trying to say is only invest something that you can be prepared to lose, or if you can't be prepared to lose it, you can be prepared to hold on to it for a set number of years. Because like I say, I started investing in XRP years ago, and I've never really, until last December, taken anything back out. It all still stays in, because I still believe that it's going to go again. I still believe that there's a long way to go in it. Gold's had a little dip down today, not much, about $40-50 an ounce, although that's already making that back up. As I could see when I just come out, I just had a quick look on the stock markets, and it looks like gold had a bit of a dip earlier, but it's coming back a little bit. So it obviously ends in trading today, so gold doesn't trade over the weekend. Crypto's 7 days a week, 365 days a year, but gold only trades of a weekday. So that's gonna, I'm expecting it to end at about $4,020, which is slightly down from what it was yesterday. But it can't continuously go in one direction, otherwise everyone would just invest in it, wouldn't they? Because it would be stupid not to. If you knew that gold was going to be worth more in a week than now, you know, if there's no risks ever and it never dips down, you know, everyone would invest in it. I still believe that gold, cryptocurrency, silver, a few other stock exchange companies, blue chip companies, are worth a little flutter with. Like I say before, if you can make your money that you have make money, then it's a double whammy, isn't it? Because you're going to work to make money, and then if your money that's sitting there can make money. And the gist of the video yesterday, if you haven't seen it, is basically if you can borrow money at 5% a year and you can invest it and it makes 50%, then you're 45% up, aren't you, on what you've invested? So you're 45% up. You can pay back your debt. You've then got some money that you can trade with that you've made out of your investment. So effectively, say you borrowed, again, I used a random figure yesterday of £100,000. Well, after a year, you'd owe £105,000 theoretically, forgetting about the fees, etc., etc. But let's just keep it round figures. You'd owe £105,000. Well, if you can make 50% in that year and you then have got £150,000, you can pay back the £105,000. You've got £45,000 free money, if you like. Not free money, but money that you didn't have before, that you can then go and invest in the future, risk-free effectively, can't you? But some people didn't take it that way, as I say. A majority of the comments were very, very positive. There's a few negative comments in there. I guess those type of people will never, you know, if they wouldn't put a pound on the lottery because it doesn't work that way. Do you see what I mean? They go to work, they earn their money, they use their money, they go home, they pay their bills, they pay their taxes, they pay their food, and then by the end of the month they've run out of money and they need to be paid again. My plan is if you can try and do a little side thing that can make you money on the side. Like I say, if you've got savings, what's the point in putting it in the bank? What are you getting, 3.5%, 4% before tax? What's that? 3% effectively. So if you've got £100,000, you're going to make £3,000 a year after tax. Well, inflation's higher than that, so you're actually losing money. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera, guys, because I'm actually driving. So I'm going to pick up a takeaway for us. I'm looking forward to it. It's a nice Indian takeaway, and it's Friday night. I hope everyone's having a great weekend, because I'm going to put this out on Saturday morning. And yeah, I just hope that everyone's safe and well and is enjoying the content. I mean, everything that I put up is obviously not always going to agree with everyone, is it? Let's be honest. So I can take constructive criticism, as one of my followers today said that I can't take. I'm not asking everyone to agree with me, like I say, but you know, that's it. So Sophie's been working all week, so I'm just going to go and get this takeaway. I'm going to go back home, going to relax. I'm going to have a couple of beers, little cans, the little 330ml cans, and we're just going to have a nice little takeaway, watch a couple of bits on the telly, and yeah, have a nice relaxed chilled evening at home. I hope you're all having a nice relaxed chilled weekend, and thank you very much for joining me again on a little bit of a waffle, but I'll speak to you all soon. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. As always, thanks for joining me. I'll speak to you soon, guys. See you soon.